What I am about to show you now is the holy grail of information on their plan and what's in store for us in the next decade or so. Start by going to the World Economic Forum website and search for Strategic Intelligence. You will need to sign up with your email to view all the information hidden. This is one of the most complex mapping systems I have ever seen. In the heart of it is COVID-19. Linked to it, categories showing how to deal with the pandemic. Let's start with the government response to COVID. Once you click on it, the tentacles are highlighted to link the subcategories of how COVID affects all aspects of life, from global governance to civic participation, justice and law. But it doesn't end here. This is only the first layer. Once you click on one of the subcategories, it goes through another level. Here we have civic participation. Around it, responding to shifts in power and inventing new modes of governance. When you click on any one of these categories, in the side screen you'll have a page that shows all publications related to this specific topic, as well as videos and other data. The type of articles in there is all approved propaganda, and we have started to hear it in the media already. Topics like, how will coronavirus reshape democracy and governance globally? How can digital ID and payment improve state capacity? QAnon conspiracy theorist, and my absolute favourite, social media companies are taking steps to stamp down on corona misinformation, but they could do more. The list is endless. There are at least over 200 layers to this map, and you cannot imagine how far and deep the topics get. Things like 5G, aging, how to change young people's outlook on aging, and how to systemically change values and culture. Other topics include vaccinations, tracking, microchips, and tracing. And there's a lot about agile governance and surveillance, and it starts getting darker when you dive in. AI, world government, and biotechnology. I could go on for hours, but I will leave it up to you to go through and witness the horror of the technocratic world that awaits us unless we decide to wake up and pay attention now. I think when we get to the point of house arrest, it's already too late. Censorship has become a real problem to our societies, and it's all around us. We are bombarded with a one-dimensional narrative that echoes on all media platforms. If you say it enough times, they will believe it. They give us the illusion of choice by creating all these different outlets with different logos and different charming faces, but it all leads up to the same people at the top. The internet until recently was the only space left for the truth to exist, but now this is being censored more aggressively than ever, and a new concept is created: misinformation.
We're taking a more proactive role in making sure that all of our partners and developers use our services for good. We're very focused on making sure that our recommendations and discovery surfaces aren't highlighting groups where people are repeatedly sharing misinformation or harmful content, and we're working hard to completely remove groups.
Facebook is now being used to organize a lot of these protests to defy social distancing.
We do classify that as harmful misinformation, and we take that down.
Misinformation, as if it's the new terrorism. They convince the public that any information different than their experts could cause danger to us all, however belittling and degrading this notion is for the masses.
We aren't pressured to test for flu, but ER doctors now, my friends that I talk to say, you know, it's interesting, when I'm writing up my death report, I'm being pressured to add COVID. Why is that? Why are we being pressured to add COVID to maybe increase the numbers and make it look a little bit worse than it is? I think so.
Last night, the doctor's video, the one you just saw, was pulled off of YouTube. The only justification for taking it down was that the two physicians on screen had reached different conclusions from the people currently in charge. YouTube and its parent company Google have now officially banned dissent. The CEO of YouTube admitted that openly.
But then we also talk about removing information that is problematic. Of course, anything that is medically unsubstantiated, so people saying like, take vitamin C, take turmeric, like those all will cure you. Those are the examples of things that would be a violation of our policy. Anything that would go against World Health Organization recommendations would be a violation of our policy. And so remove is another really important part.